I grew up a military brat. My dad was a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force, and he served in the role as a chaplain. Now, we lived for 3.5 years in Northern California on an Air Force base called Beale Air Force Base. One of the many things that I loved about living on Air Force Base is that a couple times a year they would have what they call training exercises. Now, during these training exercises, all the military personnel, men and women, would get in their wartime attire and they would fulfill all the roles that they would fulfill if there was a real war happening. Now, my dad, being a high ranking officer in the Air Force, individuals had to take orders from my dad. As a matter of fact, on this particular base, the highest ranking official was a colonel. And so there was only one other individual that really outranked my father. Well, my dad had people in his and under his command, and they would carry out his orders. And it was amazing to watch these men and women carry themselves with dignity and class. But I was always amazed that nobody backtalked, nobody got out of line. They respected the chain of command and they would follow orders to a T. Now, why do they do this? Well, number one, they have to put a tremendous amount of trust in the experience and the expertise in those who rank above them. They have to have faith in them. In our lesson this week, we learn about a Roman centurion, this high-ranking official in the Roman army. He has a servant that is paralyzed and sick, and he wants Jesus to heal him. And Jesus says, "Hey, do you want me to come and heal him?" And he says, "Man, I don't deserve for you to even come to my house. Just speak the word and he will be healed." You see, the centurion recognizes that he's under authority and he also has people under his authority. And by their words, by his authority, sometimes their lives are in his hands. And the people under him have to place their faith and trust in him, just like he has to place his faith and trust into his superiors. But now he realizes and recognizes who Jesus is, and he voluntarily places his faith completely in the authority of Jesus. Now, Jesus marvels at this man's faith. As a matter of fact, our text says, when Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, "Truly, I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." So this week, I hope you get these important nuggets. Learn that true faith takes God at his word and believes that he can do anything. I also want you to experience the blessing of being a part of God's family. And finally, place your implicit trust in God as you seek to be used by him to help save others.